Hey Glammies, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a fall inspired green, like olive green toned smoke your eye with a brown tone matte lip. So if you want to see my look come together, please keep watching. Also, please don't forget to subscribe down below, hit that notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I do upload a new video. Also, go ahead and like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear what fall looks you're doing or what fall looks you're trying or you want to see down in the comments below. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to the video. Okay everyone, I'm going with the Master Palette by Mario. And I'm going to grab a fluffy blending brush and going with that first shade in the palette called Hollywood. I'm going to buff that into the upper crease on my eye. I'm using this as my first transition shade. This shade does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's not anything, too shiny, so I decided to put that into my crease. It's like a nice yellow toned color that would, I just thought would greatly complement the green. My mirror was dirty, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that off so that I can see. I'm just going to continue to buff that shade Hollywood into my crease until I'm happy with the color payoff. Now I'm going with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. you're going to see I'm applying it to the corner of my eyes because I did not want to get any fallout onto my face makeup that I had already applied. And it's also going to help create kind of like a winged effect when I do my eyeshadow. I actually learned this trick from Jaclyn Hill from watching her videos, and I do it and I really like it. Next I'm going in with a more dense blending brush into a more cool toned brown shade called Lula in the palette, and I'm just hugging that color right underneath that yellow Hollywood shade that I put. I'm just using this shade to better define my crease. Because I am going to be putting on a really pretty olive green tone that is in this palette that just gives me all the good feels. I'm going back in with that first fluffier blending brush and a little bit more of that Hollywood, and I am just cleaning up the edges. My son was sitting right next to me. I said hello to him. Now I'm taking a more concentrated, clean blending brush, and when I say concentrated, like the bristles aren't as fluffy, and I buff it out. Now I'm taking a flat shader brush, and I'm going in with the green shade called Bronx in the palette. I'm going to be applying this to my lid, almost in like a cut crease type fashion, and I'm starting from my inner tear duct, and I'm going to apply that all the way to the outer part of my eye. And so I turn just like that, so it creates a smoky effect. I'm just cleaning up the edges, and I'm only putting that green shade on my lid. Then I went back in with my finger so that I could get more of like the shine in the color to show through, and I just applied that basically onto the middle part of my lid. Then I went back in and I'm going to buff out those edges with the shade Lula. I then picked up the shade Hollywood and I continued to buff out the edges so that I wanted a nice gradient effect. I wanted like the green to the cool tone, brown to that really pretty shade Hollywood, which is like a yellow, like mustardy yellow color. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm just taking that flat shader brush and I'm going to apply that shade Bronx all to the lid. And same thing, dipped in with my finger so I could get the shine of that shade to really show. Back in with my brush to clean up those lines. And then I'm going to go back in with Lula, apply that shade to blend it out, back in with Hollywood to further blend out that shade Lula. And I'm taking that clean, fluffy blending brush that I used to blend together Lula and Hollywood, and I'm going to basically blend all three colors together so that I have a nice, seamless blend. Then I'm going to take a large powder brush and brush away that under eye powder that I was using to catch any of the fallout. These shadows, I really like them. They're very pigmented. They're very, creamy and buttery. However, they do have some fallout in the pan, and as well as there can be fallout when you apply the shadow. The fallout doesn't really bother me all that much because I use powder. I went ahead and I applied eyelashes. I used the Eylure Luxe lashes, and I'm going in with an Ulta brand brown eyeliner, and I'm going to apply that eyeliner to the inner waterline on both my bottom lash line and my top lash line. Now you're going to see I'm going to go in with a pencil brush into that shade Hollywood, and I'm going to buff that all along my lower lash line. It's going to help give some dimension to my lower lash line. I'm now taking a more dense definer brush, and I'm dipping into that shade Bronx, and I'm going to be applying that all over my lower lash line, almost as if it were like an eyeliner. And I'm doing this to help smoke out that bottom lash line because I have a smoky upper, my top lid is really smoky, so I want my bottom lid to be smoky as well. Now I'm going back in with that first pencil brush in the shade Hollywood, and I'm going to buff out that shade Bronx so I don't have any harsh lines. Going back in with that brown tone eyeliner from Ulta because I happened to get some of that shade Hollywood, the yellow tone in my waterline, and I did not want to have a light waterline. Now I'm going in with a more dense pencil brush in the shade Fifth Avenue. In the palette, Fifth Avenue is a really pretty champagne color, and I'm applying that to my eyebrow bone as well as my inner tear duct to help highlight my eye look, to help tie it all together, as I like to say. You know, inner corner highlight and brow bone highlight, it literally is like the bow on a package. Now I'm going in with the MAC lip liner in the shade Subculture. I love this color. It's a beautiful like nude brown. It's one of my go-to lip liners, and I just love it. And you're going to see I'm just lining my lips. I'm not overlining. Now I'm going in with Nude Sticks lipstick in the shade, I think it's like Sonata. It's a very cool tone brown. I did not realize how cool tone it is when I was applying it, but it's all good. This is a matte shade, and I really thought it helped, you know, just make the look a little different. And there you have it. My green lid with matte brown lip. I hope you guys like it. See you next time.